everyone, and welcome to the third part of my tower creator guide list. In this video I'm gonna explain how to make signs and how everything works and stuff like that. So I hope that you are ready. So before we start with like anything, I want to tell you a bit about like how it works. At first, I recommend that you decide when you start a new tower what difficulty you want it to be. Do you want it to be like insane? Do you want it to be easy? I'm gonna make this tower now medium. So I'm gonna tell you what color is. If you have an easy tower, you don't really need to change it. You can make it a bit more saturated if you want to be. Medium, what I want to have this tower to be. I recommend that you just make it like yellow. By the way, on this lower part, you're gonna see how the color is gonna look when you're done. On hard, it's orange. On difficult, it's gonna be red. On changing, you're gonna wanna do it it's a bit darker, and then you got changing, but sometimes you just make it a bit darker, so it's a lot more brown. You just need to get it brown. Then you can make it black, like if you want it to be intense. Pink, if you want it to be remorseless. Yeah, and blue for insane. Just basically the Etoh color. But on some difficulties, like for example, here, intense, you see the screen part here. You have your color decal, and you could just make it then it's complete. But I recommend that you make it on like intense, really dark blue, since it's technically dark blue, but most of the times people just make it black. Since you need to look a bit, since you need to see it. But yeah, that's basically it. But I'm gonna go for medium here, since I want to make medium tower. Of course, I'm gonna make this color decal the same color as this, or like most bright colors. You're gonna see that thing with the color decal, by the way, being like this thing, which is on photos. After that, you can make your tower's photo color. For most of the times in Etoh, it's just the color of the first floor, but you can just make it the color of like a floor that you like or something like that. I recommend that you take all of these, select them, and then just make them of the color. I'm gonna make this one green, but yeah, remember that music boxes also have colors. And next up, we're gonna have the sign. If you watched the last video, you know how to edit the text levels. Quick recap: you're gonna go in here, select text level, then here on tower, then you can make your name. For example, I don't know, Tower of Tutorial. And here you have it now. I always do this, but you don't have to do that. You can just go into tower menu and then make the name of the tower that you're building or have loaded. Wait, why isn't it working? You make it the acronym. If you don't know what the acronym is, each letter, you take the first letter of the tower name, of each word in the name of the tower. For example, now tower and O of start with T and O, so you make toe. But if you had like a T, you make tote. Okay, no, tote, but you can get it like you add a T, or like for every letter, for every new word you just in your name, you would just add a letter to the acronym. So to like for example now Z, if you're like Zespos or something like that. Just keep it like that. And next I'm gonna explain how to make these signs, and I'll also have a message for you. If you like have collab with someone by using your team panel, giving someone terms, I recommend that you do here. What is it called? That you credit them. Now you do this, put it out. I always do. You can add a new hard though. And now most of the times just make this yellow like this. Then I select the text label. Then you put your username in here. For example, now I'm gonna put here mine. But put your own in and the names of the people you were collabing. And also always make the text color black on these sides. Now if you're gonna like, you know, have collab, add these by adding a comma and then the name of the next person. If you want to make like a warning for beginners, for example, now not for beginners, you're most of the time just gonna make it red. If it's like hard to like difficult now to changing, you're gonna just put not recommended. I hope I spelled that right. For beginners. But if you just have like an intents to like changing intents to Ramosa's tower, you're just gonna make not for beginners. And if you have a soul crushing tower, you can just put in soul crushing. Yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna make this. You can also make it like green and say for beginners or like tutorial tower. But yeah, that's not really that official. I'm just gonna do it in this video. If your tower uses glitches, for example now wall hopping, you need to make your sign white. Then you put in the glitch, for example now wall hopping, and then you just put required after it, and you got this. After that, by the way, you just copy the part, put it. Sorry, my bad. I meant if you want to like make a length indicator, you make this like orange and a bit darker, and then you just put in like, for example, long. You can also just put a minute counter if you counted the minutes. So yeah, that's basically how that works. And you can make like your own lobby, as I explained everything basics. Make colors, make a room, whatever you want to do. Yeah, and that's how you make a tower portal. You don't need to do anything with the teleporter stuff, since you just go into it and you get teleported. I recommend that most of the times you're gonna make this part uncollidable and transparent. But if you're cool, if you want to do something cool, you can like make this like this. And then you just make it so smooth. You don't have to do this, but you know, it's pretty cool. You can add images, for example. And then you just go to plugins, your browser, and do details. And then you just search for the spawn node Roblox. Where is it? It should somewhere here. For example, here it should be. Not this one. Not this one. spawn point here. Then just copy this, Control C right away, and Control V, and you make this. And you can make this if you want to have like something cool and want to stand out. You can make it, you don't have to. You can just leave it like that and make it uncollidable and transparent. Or make it neon or something like that. Feel free to do what you want to do. Yeah. And that's how you make portals in Etoh Creator. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. And bye.